Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Ryan.
Scoot.
Hi, Scoot.
Hello,
Hi.
Scoot.
Okay, everyone has sock puppets or bag puppets. I think Deb has a real puppet.
This is a gecko.
It's a gecko. Good, good.
One of us
I'm
is
a
in
real
the-
puppet.
You are a real puppet, Randall's puppet.
I'm a real puppet.
Everyone else is a sock, is a literal sock.
My sock is rather literal.
Is that Somek? Deb?
Somek is
The
blue.
best.
We'll pretend that this is blue.
Okay.
We'll tell the audience.
Randall-
This is blue.
Randall, is that a Muppet version of Satara?
It's a no paper bag could be fabulous enough to be, but it's basically, you know, she got her little dress on and eyeshadow, so it's close enough. We'll just say.
Were you making that while we were talking? Did
No.
you have that? Okay.
No, I made it right before.
Okay. Well, puppets aside, folks, that was a fucking surprise. Welcome back to Ryan, everyone. I, as always, am your DM, Scoot, and we will get ourselves going tonight because we got a fight to do. We got a robotman to find. So, this week's question, gang, is there's a lot of different spells in D&D. There's fucking books and books and books and books and books of them. So out of all the spells and all the lores of magic and all the schools of magic,
Whole person.
what spell describes you the best, and what spell describes your character the best to your current knowledge of yourself and them? Take it away, Gaffers. Deb, you want to start? Because you
Sure. No, that's it's not, what the favorite spell is and what describes you. The obvious joke answer for me though is hold monster. But IRL, I'm really not much of a fighter or confrontational at all, or like doing any damage. So I think like a support spell for me. So I like to create things and help people. So something like creation or hero's feast, I think would be appropriate because I get to make something. For Tessa though, she'll fight to the death for her friends. She's also happy all the time. So I think something like aura of vitality or protection from evil would be appropriate for her.
So your spell isn't summon sad anime boy.
That doesn't exist. Maybe that's in is that in one of the books that
I
are
think
in
it's,
Urban
I think it's still
Arcana?
UA. Yeah.
Oh, hold
That's,
on, I changed my
that's
answer.
somewhere in Unearthed Arcana. I don't know if Wizards approved it, but it's somewhere.
If only.
I'm Kate. I play Ali, our half tiefling, half kitsune monk. So IRL, I am a medical practitioner of some variety who has terrible work-life balance and has an absolute tendency to overwork myself in the pursuit of making sure my patients get the best care possible. Therefore, if I were a spell, I'd be life transference. With this spell, casters take 4d8 necrotic damage, and their target will in turn receive healing of value twice as much to the caster's damage. If Ali were summed up in a spell, or at least the way that I'm trying to build Ali, Ali would be enhanceability, because she's not a character I made to hit particularly hard. She hits decent, but the way that I've built her is basically be a support character who stuns things, makes sure the backline doesn't die, and sets things up for our paladin to smite. And smite.
And smite, smite, and smite.
I feel like you can go.
Yeah, go for it.
Sorry.
No, no, no.
Okay.
No, you.
No. Sorry, no to the left. No to the other left. No. I'll go. I'm already talking. Deb stole my thunder a little bit because I was gonna go with Hero's Feast for myself because I love hosting and also baking. I would also like to put a vote in for the having both Kate and I in the call is obviously Tasha's hideous laughter.
Correct.
For Nikki,
Is the spell component a pun? Is that
Yes.
verbal?
That's
the spell, no, the somatic component is a double facepalm.
The verbal component is a pun, the thematic component is a double face palm, and then you get our hideous laughter, yes.
Yes. I think Nikki is shape change because she's gone through obviously a literal shape change, having used to have been Nick, but also really sort of the whole trajectory of her life has been very different than how she thought it was as a kid, kind of also that she had planned for. So it works on a literal and metaphorical level.
I'll go next. I'm Randall. I play Kiki, the Kenku Tinkerer. Hero's Feast was a genius suggestion. It didn't even occur to me, Deb. But
It's a good one.
probably for my personal spell, I would probably take something like teleportation because, like, I work in international development. I love travel, and the thought of being able—I mean, I know there are like restrictions and stuff, but like in theory, be able to teleport somewhere, not have to fly, not have to go. Like, there's just so many things about that is incredibly appealing to me. So for me personally, I would do that. So for Kiki, I thought about this, and I'm sure like a lot of people's minds go to like fireball or something, combustive or something like that, shocking no one. And then my brain went next to like fly because she really did. I know. Also that. And then I thought about like maybe fly, but I actually think her spell would actually be remove curse, because I think like she is on this big quest to like have her wings and the wings of all Kinkus and their voices return to them. I know that spell is only like 3rd level and wouldn't do the job, but like symbolically, I think that is her kind of bigger idea, her bigger motivation, her own hero's journey. Yeah, there you go.
All right, thank you, gang. And now if you'd please turn your attention towards roll 20, you will see the map before you. You gotta look at that. If you're all logged in, some of you are.
There.
So,
is this a map I see before?
It is, but that's not where you are right now. You folks are back at the inn, where you had last week. You had come very close to getting MECHA and pinning him down, but through some trickery and nonsense, he was able to escape the clutches of your monk, while the rest of you dealt with a very large mechanical problem, and then Kiki made... by Kiki making the biggest explosion she has ever in her life.
404 error.
Yep. You return to the inn to find a tiefling woman named Nina that Ali is vaguely familiar with. I don't know if he probably hasn't met her in person before today. But she said she's here to help you on behalf of the Legion because these folks are now fucking with outside forces and something that is known as the Astral Accords, which definitely Tessa and Ali would have more first-hand knowledge about, given who your family is. Nikki would have some vague knowledge of the Accords, having been so studied. Kiki, this is new to you because you don't know what any of that means.
Yeah, nothing from the other planes can come on this one. That's the rule.
I was going to say, except as she has 2 levels in Scholar now, so it's,
right.
She's wise in so many things now.
Right. So as a brief overview, the Accords are an agreement amongst all the gods and powers that be that no one goes down to the mortal plane unless explicitly invited by some sort of mortal. So summoning, prayers, something. So just kind of trouncing around down here is a no-no and will cause an equal and opposite reaction from something that is sort of an opposite force to you, of whatever you're doing. So Nina told you she told you she would contact you in the morning. She would she would come to help you, and then she just vanished from your bathroom. So you folks,
right.
Yeah.
As you do.
As you do. So you folks are in the inn, in your suite. What do you want to do? Just go right to bed and find that tiefling in the morning?
Heal first. Would like to heal.
Yeah.
Some people are ouchy.
I'm just gonna lay on hands myself real quick.
Yeah, you will be able to get an 8 hours sleep in.
Okay.
Do you need privacy for that?
I think we should probably
I'm gonna
set
pat myself
watch,
on the shoulder.
even though we're in an inn, just because we don't know how far away Bolthead got.
And it's not a bad idea.
I can take the first watch.
Yeah, also Kiki sleeps very little, so...
I don't mind
She'll
getting
happily-
up extra early either. I'm usually up pretty early.
Kiki, I'll wake you afterwards.
Okay.
Yep.
Nikki will happily get her beauty sleep.
Yep. And Tessa, as you and Thrax go to sleep, he does also do lay on hands to help you.
Wait, he can't? Can he do that?
No,
Okay.
She just puts his hand on your arm and is like, it's gonna be okay, babe.
Oh.
It's an emotional
There we
support
go,
lay on
Dad.
hands. There you go, Dad.
I'm getting into character. It's okay.
Yeah, it's a specific kind of healing.
All right.
So then, Ali, the night goes by. Make me a perception check, please.
Give me a second. I need to post a thing in the meme chat. All right. Now I can post a perception check.
Right.
Very important
The
that
important
I
thing that you're
meme.
posting in a meme chat, yes.
I want everyone to know who is listening, if there's any of you listening, that I posted a gif of sexual healing to let Deb know exactly.
Good.
I'm
what
sorry,
kind of-
what, Kate?
Don't argue with
Oh.
I'm bisexual.
I'm like, and that's the rest
I
of the session.
interchangeably use GIF and GIF. Partly because I don't give a shit, partly because I don't actually care which one is right, and partly because it pisses people the fuck off. It's hilarious. Anyway, not
The
enough
rest-
for Ali on the perception check there.
The whole rest of the session is just going to be us arguing over the pronunciation.
Both. It is simultaneously both at the same time. It is Schrodinger's GIF. I mean, alternately, we could go with the old English pronunciation of that particular letter and call it
I was just gonna look for that.
a GIF.
Yif.
I
I
really
meant
don't-
something
But
very
we do not
different.
want to call it that, do we? No.
I do not want to call it a yif.
Maybe some of us do. No, just kidding.
Your kink is not my kink, and that's okay.
You're being very rude to my furry hand puppet.
Is that how you lay on hands? It has to be, the component has to be a
The
puppet.
component is a gecko puppet. Alright, we've derailed.
Whenever the funkies get all up in arms about the dungeon master is leading the players down a dark path, I laugh and laugh and laugh, and Scoot can't fucking lead us anywhere. We're a bunch of cats.
We want to be led somewhere.
Um,
Into
one
God,
of-
can you imagine if cats just walked around making terrible puns all day?
Excuse me, I'm a raccoon.
God.
I like to collect shiny things and trash.
And food.
A lot of food.
So with the 20, the perception check.
You're going to edit out all of this, aren't you?
Oh, probably.
Drugs now.
I might keep
No,
that in,
keep
actually.
it.
Might be fun. You notice that there are, at one of the windows, there's somebody out there. Like, kind of sitting and watching the street, like, perched.
Can I see who it is if I look closer?
Yeah, you move closer, and it looks to be a tabaxi. Very dark, blackish gray fur, kind of panther-like, is just sort of on the ledge, sitting there, like, keeping watch, almost, it seems like.
I don't see any insignia, do I?
Make another perception check that's a little bit more detailed.
28?
Yeah, you see a silver-lined labyrinth that you saw on Nina.
Or I'm like, oh. Alright, we're being the good kind of watch.
You're being watched over, not watched.
Yep. Allie's still gonna take her watch anyway, and she's still gonna wake Kiki. She's gonna let Kiki know, like, Legion's keeping an eye on us if you want to just sleep, but I know you don't need to. But if you want to, like, tinker with things, you've got a couple hours to do that.
Sorry, I was like, yes, tinker away. She's a little bit high off of the biggest explosion of her life. But she's also, there's probably this collective frustration among the whole party about, the Baden that got away.
Never liked that.
So I think she's probably a little obsessive and like, she's recreating her pre-made bombs and stuff to, so she will definitely stay awake and, she'll occasionally just peek out at the tabaxi.
Because it's not obvious if they're male or female. They sit perched there almost like a stone gargoyle most of the night, but as the sun's rays begin to crest over the horizon, they just move off into some shadows and vanish. And morning comes.
Allie makes tea for everybody, kind of silently. Did Nina say to meet us somewhere, or did she say she'd meet us in the morning?
Yeah, she said she'd meet in the morning.
And she's going to show up in here whenever she feels like.
Yep.
I think Tessa's going to go downstairs to the kitchen and order a whole bunch of food and bring it back up to our suite while we wait.
Yep. So you bring the food up, and Thrax is in the shower, and you kind of hear him singing a song with Bosco, and then Bosco starts barking. And then Bosco stops barking. And then Nina walks out of the bathroom. And you see that Bosco has like a whole ham steak in his mouth.
I was wondering if Bosco was barking along to the song. That's where my brain
He was. And then he was like, wait.
Too.
Yep. And then you hear him stop, and he pads out with like this massive comical ham steak like Fred Flintstone, and out walks Nina, just kind of. She looks obsessed with the dog. She's like following him and telling him how cute he is and such a good boy.
Who wouldn't be?
All of these are true.
Mm-hmm.
And enough tea for you too if you want some.
Yeah, lovely. And you can just see this bandolier of Vorpal daggers on her. Wonderful. So,
Thanks for the watch cat. Not watchdog when they're tabaxi, are they? That's racist. Thanks for the guard.
Yeah, I think that'll do. Yeah, we wanted to make sure that no one was going to double back. Who's, is that somebody's in there in the shower?
Yeah, it's her fiance.
Oh.
There yet, or am I downstairs?
No, you brought back, you saw this, Thrax has not noticed anything, as she just kind of walked out with Bosco. He's like, Bosco? He's just, I'm eating a ham steak.
Yeah, it's on brand.
Yeah, sorry I didn't know he would be in there. I didn't see anything. Like, I saw the outline in the shower, and, like, he's got a nice ass, but, like, I didn't see anything else.
It's okay. I don't think he saw anything either.
You used to hear him singing.
Yeah, he would have freaked out, probably, if he'd seen you.
Yeah, I mean, the dog, but I, deal with that. Anyway, so when you are ready to go, and you've had something to eat, you feel prepared, we can take you to where they are.
They? Kiki's like they?
Yes.
The person singular they? Okay.
No, they is in multiple people.
Oh.
Well...
How many?
That's the thing. There are at least two of them. The mechanical one that you fought yesterday, as well as the rogue that you fought previously.
Well, I mean, I guess it's good to get them both in one place, so I don't have to go searching for the other one later.
Here's the other problem.
Yeah.
There are hostages.
Oh, no.
Of course there's hostages.
Who did they grab?
We're not entirely sure, but it looks to be two Goliaths, some orc, a Kitsune from Kit, and a couple of Kenku.
Fuck. That's not good.
Rod?
Why so many?
We don't know.
Alright, so we have to be extra careful. Probably contained explosions and magic.
Kiki looks a little deflated, but she understands.
I think Ali and I can both revivify if need be, but it's dying is we want to avoid that as much as possible.
I'll hold on to.
Dying considered harmful.
It's harmful for one's health. Surgeon General recommends not dying.
So Ali can more easily do Spare the Dying. So it's 4 key points to duplicate Spare the Dying. It's 8 key points to do Revivify. So she'd only be able to Revivify twice, and that's if she did absolutely nothing else that drew on key the entire time, so no stuns.
Okay, I can Revivify 3 times, and that's... Actually, I can do more than that. So if need be, I can handle that. I don't want you to waste your key.
Okay.
But I can also do Spare the Dying.
Kiki,
Like we're planning for everybody dying already.
I don't. Yeah. Go team!
No, good,
this is a great
good planning.
Great
folks.
pep talk.
Contingency plans.
Well,
considering the last time we encountered just one of them, it ended with,
we almost died.
Me getting shot 6 times and Kiki making the biggest explosion she ever has and absolutely nobody coming over fast enough to prevent him from getting away. I'm totally fine with us planning for deaths, potentially.
Not to mention the last time, they kind of got the jump on us and we almost all died.
We were only mostly dead.
Mostly dead.
Kiki tugs on Nikki's sleeve obviously not her pants, but her shirt sleeve, and
That is
it's like,
unavailable.
you make someone invisible. Maybe make Ali invisible, and then
Sure.
she turns to Ali. You fast, free some prisoners. Prisoners join fight, maybe. Like she's thinking especially about the. I don't know if they're warriors. I don't know what they are. They could just be citizens who are scared shitless. But she's like, maybe they would be allies. Like if you're invisible and fast as fuck, you might be able to go and like cut some bonds or something. So it's just she throws it out as an option.
Sure, I'll keep an eye out for traps, but yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
At this point, Nina then takes out one of the daggers from her bandolier and puts it onto the table, and you can see sort of purplish smoke coming off of it as the dagger, which appear to be... They all appear identical on her bandolier, but as this one hits the table and her hand moves away, the blade becomes much more serrated and almost jagged looking, much more curved. This should help, she says.
Kiki looks around. Help who?
All of you.
What does it do?
This is what I lovingly call an anchor.
Okay.
Sorry, I know that.
And?
I know that Kiki doesn't know that. I'm absolutely excited.
I don't know.
Kiki doesn't know.
This is something that I know your quarry have a tendency of running away. This will keep at least one of them from doing that, provided you stick it into them deep enough.
Okay.
Got a couple folks who are pretty good at that.
Yeah, I would recommend the one that's flesh and blood. It might have a harder time with the metal.
I got something that should help with the metal one.
That's good.
Ali, do you want freedom of movement?
That's ridiculous. Oh my god.
I can cast that on you for an hour.
Why don't you give her freedom of movement and Nikki give her
Yes.
haste and just
Invisibility.
'Cause you
or
pretty
haste,
much-
Yes.
you'll bend space and time.
For the listeners, that would mean Ali
Get out of
could
the
not
way.
be Ali could not be paralyzed or restrained or anything like that by spells and you are unaffected by difficult terrain.
So I will say when I've got Stormlight, I do get to add my Wisdom modifier to saving throws to avoid or escape being grappled or restrained, which does last for a minute. So if you don't need to waste the spell slot, I can just drop a key point into that, and I've got it for 6 rounds at a time.
It also means that nothing can reduce your speed either.
Which is also great.
Yeah, so it's kind of like you get a lot for a little. So I don't mind burning it if you think that'll be useful.
Let's take a look at the terrain once we get there. If it looks
Okay.
like it might be useful, we'll kind of use that one.
Plop it.
That's fine. Yep. Trying to see what else is on my repertoire.
Wow.
It's mostly just murder people. That's my list.
That's a
Tessa,
good list.
you do a great job at that.
you.
If there's no objections, I'll take the dagger.
See what's
No,
on the
go for
to-do
it.
list today. Smite.
Smite.
Okay.
Smite
and,
again.
Double
smite. Right. Yeah.
Divine smite, blinding smite.
You know what? I smote yesterday. I'll smite again today. It's fine.
As a treat.
Ali, as you pick up that dagger, it reverts back to looking like a very plain, cheap
Yeah.
dagger.
Allie's got like another dagger that does that, and another dagger that does that. Two daggers that don't look like anything terribly special when they're not being used.
Mm-hmm. So, Nina asks, are you all ready to go?
Kiki
Ready as
looks
we
at her
can
she's
be, I
like,
guess.
Yeah.
one dagger for all? She is like, where's my goods?
One for all, she says. Nina says.
Oh. Kiki deflates a little, but that's fine.
Well, shall
Okay.
We shall. Let's get at it.
we? Okay. You see her go over to a dark corner of the room and takes her finger and begins to cut reality a little bit. And there's this sort of shadowy portal. As Thrax comes out of the shower like, hey, where are we going? Who's this? He's like in a
Did it here last
towel.
night.
Oh, right. Oh, God. And he's like runs off to Tessa's room, in his room, to get changed. He's like, are we waiting for him or...
No, we should wait.
Okay.
Though I am kind of tempted to leave him here so he's not in any danger, but he might be upset with me if we do that.
That's your call.
Last session when you were like taking bullets for him, basically, like, yeah, that was.
I
Pretty
mean, yeah,
awesome.
that's what's going to happen.
Yeah.
I mean, Tessa's going to do that for anybody.
So are we waiting or are we not? You ask.
Yeah, no, we'll wait.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll just.
Threx-
He'll be real quick.
Yeah, Threx comes out, ready to go. And you, she cuts the portal and invites you in, and she says, "Stay very close to me."
He's like, how close? She pulls out like a tape measure. Like Kiki's very precise thinking.
Tessa
Like,
goes in for the hug.
oh, group hug.
Yeah.
Group hug.
She's like, "Maybe you should carry the Kenku."
Me? Oh yeah, I can carry Kiki. Sure. Yeah. Kiki, hop on the back.
Okay. Kiki doesn't mind.
Okay. You begin walking through, and it's a very odd rift that you begin to move through, as it looks like a very dark kind of tunnel, like a train tunnel. Ali will definitely see this, but everyone else can make me a perception check.
20. Unnatural.
Unnatural 20 from Tessa.
Unnatural.
18
for Nikki.
9 for Kiki. She can't see. Well, she can't see past Tessa's horns. She's like,
Ali, you are the one that notices as Nina is leading you forward. There are creatures just beyond probably a 5 or 10 foot radius. These sort of jellyfish or eel-like creatures that don't seem to notice you.
I've seen them before.
Yep. They are the same ones you saw when you hold the lantern, and they are just sort of around, but they don't seem to notice you.
Okay.
Because of Nina, right?
Nina leads you out of the other side as you all come through, and she shuts the rift. And it is cold here, wherever you are, as you seem to be deep within the earth and some sort of cavern system. And now you can see what you see on Roll20, folks. What it is you're in some sort of butt end of a cave. There are books and cages and but looks to have been smaller animals that were possibly experimented on at some point. Or like gelatinous cubes, rats, things like that. As you peer in and around the corner, you see a kitsune woman with about 4 tails in a cage, just sitting there in a huff. She looks pissed. And she's just sort of sitting there but she's not really moving. She seems to almost be frozen in place, but she's breathing, and you can see that she doesn't look emaciated or anything. Kiki, you would notice that there are 2 Kenku and sharing a cage that are kind of huddled up in the corner. They seem to be kind of like a sleeping passed out. Like they're just trying, they've been awake for a very long time and finally sleep took them, because it's just going to do that eventually. And then from where you are around the bend, you do see 2 more, not cages, but long, kind of heavy metal or wood beams going across these 2 alcoves. And in there are 2 Goliaths that are shackled to it by their hands and their legs, and those kind of like prison shackles to the beam that's above them, so they can walk around and move, but they can't really go anywhere. As well as 2 orcs. Both appear to, there's like 1 female and 1 male of each of the pair. And those 4 look pretty emaciated. They have not been eating. They have been fed, but they have not been eating well or probably enough for their size and the type of creatures they are. And they just sort of look tired and they're not going to die at the moment, but they don't look well.
Tessa's very upset at this even more.
Yeah, this fucking
Very
sucks.
angry right now.
yeah, Kiki sees the Kenkus and is surprised at how angry she gets. Like, she hasn't really interacted with Kenkus and stuff much, so but like, it just enrages her.
But otherwise, besides some breathing, some sleeping noises, this room is dead quiet.
So,
Okay.
yep.
Say what?
I that was an end gamed quote. That was not an actual.
I didn't hear. Which, so I guess we'll switch through chatting through the bracelets. And is our roguish friend transporter person with us?
She's, as you were looking around, she seems to have vanished.
Just when a rogue would be most useful.
You have a rogue.
Another
You have a
rogue.
Partial rogue, at least.
Oh, Ali, given what this looks like, do you want freedom of movement?
Scoot, it doesn't look like there's anything that would inhibit my ability to run here, does there?
Not that you can see with your eyes.
Can I take a look around with my glowing eyes?
Yeah, with your special eyes. Yeah, feel free.
With my special
My
eyes.
brand!
My brand.
I don't know if I ever actually mentioned this to everyone else last week or not, but since we had that visit from the brother, what was that in game, like a week ago?
In game?
Yeah.
A while, probably a
Whenever
of a
that
month or
was.
two, yeah, something like that.
Over like the month following that, you notice that my eyes have started glowing. Not like a ton, but like definitely enough to like cast a little. Like I don't need a candle to read at night anymore.
Nice. The most important reason to have glowy eyes.
Yeah.
Actually,
Kiki.
Anyways,
Kiki, it was just your love affair with your sugar dragon. That's what she just thought your eyes were glowing with passion.
Okay, so I'm going to use my glowing eyes to cast True Seeing on me. Kind of blink and they glow a little bit brighter. So is there anything invisible, anything illusory, anything like that?
Yeah, so with your true sight, you basically just see that there's no traps, there's no magic. A lot of the books are lighting up, and they are clearly very magic, but you'd have to get a little bit closer to investigate what that is. The other big thing you notice, though, is that the Consume woman inside the cage, there is just lots of like magical fire in the ethereal plane, power around her. It's sort of this big, bright spot, and an otherwise pretty normal ethereal view.
Okay. I'll point this out to everyone about the kitsune and the books. And okay, so I didn't see any magical traps or anything.
Nope, you did
any magically hidden secret doors?
Nope.
Okay. Okay, so through the slap chat, I share all that. Obviously, there could still be mundane traps, but Ali, that's kind of your thing, I think. All right, you want to go invisible and go have a look-see?
I will go invisible and start scouting.
Okay.
Excellent.
Make me a perception roll. Okay. Yeah, you don't see anything, but as you get up to the cage with the Kitsune woman, as you kind of hit that part of the room, she's about halfway there, you do hear the books beginning to whisper to you.
Joke's on you, Ellie's reading.
That dragon from the Skyrim meme would be so mad at you. Yeah, you just see her. She is able to. She's not like frozen in a block of ice or anything. She's just sort of looking around. Her eyes can move. You can see her chest breathe. So her chest moves as she breathes.
Are you saying Ellie's checking out her tits?
She's got a good pair of baps, jib jubs, as is our traditional name for them. But you can see
an idea for this new D&D plot. There's this kitsune in a cage.
But you can see this. There's this raging fire in her eyes, like both literally and figuratively.
All right, good to know. Is there anything special about the cage?
Yep. So as you kind of take a look around with rolling off that success, you see that it's a pretty fairly well-made iron metal cage. There's a key lock, but on the other side, there is magical scrawling and writing on the back of it, like facing the fox woman.
I'm going to message everybody about that, especially Tessa and Kiki, and let them know, like, this is, once we all get in here, this is something we should probably address. I do want to check out the other spots before, like, we all come in here and start addressing, so.
Yep.
So I'll head up towards the Kenku cage next.
Yep. Another perception roll.
All right, that's a 23.
Right, so looking at it, it is a more mundane cage, same kind of setup, very well made, but this one does not have magic behind the lock. This is just a key and lock situation.
Okay. And you said the Goliaths and the Orcs do not look like they're in any kind of condition to fight, unless it was like to save their lives. They might be able to.
Yeah, they're that bad. So like, if again, they can get a hit of adrenaline to like if it's a fight or flight thing, but they're not. They are liabilities to you in a fight at this point.
Okay. So we definitely want to get them freed, but like they might actually be safer off to the side for right now. Before we all go rushing in, I do want to see, like, are both of the Kenkus, like, all the way asleep?
They seem to be.
Kiki, through the Slap chat, will just be like, remember, might not talk good. Don't talk good as Kiki. And even though you're farther away from her, she's unconsciously pointing to her squawk box.
Right. Okay.
They could do certain, it just depends what they've heard. They could mimic. They could do sounds. They could do, if they've heard basic expressions, but just, she has her device that helps her. So she reminds you of that a little bit.
Right. And obviously the Kitsune was not able to talk, correct?
Not the,
okay.
Yeah.
Given that the Kenku are asleep and may not be able to talk so good, and that the Kitsune can't talk at all, Ali's gonna go down to whichever of the Goliaths look most like not dead. Continuing to check for traps along the way.
Yep.
The least dead.
You see the male, the one that's clearly male, is a little bit worse for wear. He looks like he put up a fight, like a real hard fight. And you see that the partner in these chains sees you and begins to like.
I'm invisible.
Oh right. I forgot about that. So yeah, they don't do anything. They just the lady of this pair seems to be the less banged up of the two.
All right. I'm gonna message everybody through the Slap chat. I'm gonna try and talk to her. There's a chance she gets startled and yells, and we have to do this more quickly. If we have to do this more quickly, Kiki, go for the Kitsune, and I'll go for the Kenku.
Wait, sorry. Who goes for the Kitsune?
You break out
Kiki,
because
100%. Yeah. Okay.
All right. So, Ali's going to kind of like, that like whisper you're trying to get somebody's attention when you don't want to startle them.
Mm-hmm.
So she's basically going to say, don't yell. Don't jump. We're here to help get you out. But please don't give away that we're here.
You see her just look around, and you see her fist tighten, as if she's trying to defend herself.
I'm not. If I was going to attack you, I would have done that already. You can't see me.
Make an insight check, please.
Might not understand.
I have crit failed my insight check. It's still a 17.
Oh, what's a crit fail, though? Yeah, you don't get why, but she's just very resistant to you, and she's looking to try to pinpoint you to try to attack you, but she's having a hard time doing it, but she does not look like she's going to cooperate with you.
Okay, then I'm not going to bother.
Do you tell us what the status is? Or
yeah.
Kiki's like, might be language. Maybe not speak common?
Well, it's another...
Maybe trauma.
It's another level of monk before Ali's going to be able to use, Tongue of Sun and Moon, so that's not going to help us terribly much. All right. Ali's going back to the Kenku.
Okay.
She's probably safer in there anyway, like you said before.
Yeah. So... Ali is going to do kind of the same stage whisper, don't jump, don't give away that I'm here. We're here to help get you out.
They remain looking like they're sleeping.
Is there anywhere around here that, like, the Like, let's see. I'm gonna roll something. I'm gonna see if Allie would think of this. Allie would not think of this. Did I play a dumb bitch character? Does it look like there's anywhere else around here that the rogue or the what's his face could be hiding?
I don't know. It looks pretty barren except for the books, but that doesn't mean that they don't have magical means of entry.
Does it look like the Kitsune woman is the most like shackled up? Like as far as levels of security, is she the one
she's
who's, like,
locked down the most just by kind of looking at her and the fact that she's there's magic in her cage when there's not in anyone else's.
So Kiki suggests, I don't know what else you want to look at, Ali, which I fully support. Anything else you want to look at, but she suggests that maybe Kiki start with her because maybe she's like a powerful magic user and can help or something like that. But she'll wait for your signal.
Yeah, no, I'm not gonna get anything help from the Goliath, and I don't think I'm waking the Kenku without an explosion. No, that's not a suggestion.
Yeah. Now Kiki could potentially start with the Kenku because obviously she speaks Orin.
Right, but I think we're better with you getting the lock off first.
Agreed. Okay.
Allie's gonna keep like looking for like places they could be entering, places they could be hiding, and trying to figure out where they could possibly be with these hostages here.
Okay.
Is where we're at right now the only way to enter this?
Ellie does tell everybody, especially Kiki and Nikki, though. Books are doing some weird magical whispering bullshit. So later for those, do not get sucked in.
Okay.
Kiki unconsciously looks at Nikki. She doesn't mean to.
Tessa, it looks like the only physical entrance is the illusionary wall that Nina ported you through.
So down there. So there's no way to enter this room, no tunnel or anything?
Not that you know of. Looks like pretty much a dead end.
So I guess the only way in or out of this room is magical means.
Potentially.
Okay. I wasn't sure if this connected to something else down here.
Allie will suggest that it's possible that the rogue can shadow step too.
So are we all going in the room, or is just Kiki's also planning on using her boots of flight just to kind of like whoosh over in case there's any mechanical?
So Allie checked the path for you.
Oh, she did. Okay,
you're good. And I would say you guys should go together, just in case it does set anything off.
Yeah, stay in my aura, so we can all move as a group.
Okay.
So where do you want to go? Kiki will follow you.
Okay, so Kiki wants to go. That's a great question. So she obviously wants to go. She needs to be in 30 feet of the cage to attempt to hex the enchantments. So yeah, that's what she wants to do. Is it would either take 2 movements or we can just double dash there. But I think being sneaky is the way.
Well, we're not in initiative order, so I don't know if that
True.
matters.
It's true.
Let's say make your way over there then.
But should we be stealthy or just stroll on up?
It doesn't hurt to be stealthy. Okay. You know what I mean? Like, I think it's like just being quiet. I mean, I know that's kind of weird for me because I'm wearing armor, so I don't do that, but I can try.
Okay. So we'll move. All right, so we'll move up to the cage. Kiki will do like in 10 feet. So she wants to be in sight of the Kitsune person, like where her eye. I know she's sort of like frozen or whatever. She wants to be in view of her, and then Kiki wants to use a new scholar feat called Universal Language, which is. She can use gestures and expressions to convey basic concepts. So it's not a spoken language thing. It's basically kind of like sign language. So she gets in the line of sight of the Kitsune woman, and she's like, she'll gesture like, we are like friends to help you get out. You need to be quiet. Like just for like, don't.
Yeah, you see
Kiki
her
took 2
as
semesters of interpretive dance.
Uh-huh.
Kiki's doing this. Her head very slightly nods, and you watch the cage heat up for a second, and then it cools down.
She ready to bust out. Yeah. Okay.
As we are getting close to the cage, by the way, you know, like a well-trained dog who like knows that they can't like eat the treat until their owner gives them the signal kind of thing, where they'll like turn away from it. You know, they're like not looking. I'm not looking at the treat. I don't know it's there. I'm
Nikki,
like,
make me a wisdom saving throw.
I'm doing that with the
dear
books.
God.
Make it with advantage because I specifically warned her about the magical whispering bullshit of the books.
Nope. You are in Tessa's aura, though, so you get that bonus.
Thank the gods.
Yeah,
Okay.
you can't be charmed, frightened.
I get a saving throw bonus. You right? It's okay. A 16.
Ooh, you're safe.
Oh.
You hear their carrion call, but you do not do anything with them.
Are they like rattling on the shelf like they like want to be free?
Yeah.
Open
Okay.
me.
Power beyond
Open in
reckoning.
your pouch.
Free me. Okay, so then Kiki
We're the
will
whole collection, Nikki.
My
Just turns
first
to the books and
edition.
says, "Shut up."
We're illustrated.
first edition, signed by author. Gilded edge.
Original
Free-
authors, notes, and margins.
Free bookmark.
So, Nikki, Kiki, do you want to pop open? You want her to pop open that lock?
Yeah. So
Like, maybe
she's
that's
going
a
to.
Scholastic Fair all over again.
Yeah, so she's going to attempt to remove that. You hex the enchantment on it first.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
So the way it's worded is more like for someone who has like a magical item. It's like the wielder of the enchanted item must make a wisdom saving throw against your intelligence in order to deflect the hex. Or you could, and then they have disadvantage at Kiki's current Tinkerer level. So
you do the hex. You're
Yep.
firing it. Okay.
it's like it functions like a cantrip, but yes.
Okay. So do you folks want the good news or the bad news?
Bad.
Bad.
The room goes red.
Good news though.
The enchantment is hexed and broken.
Red alert. Ooga ooga.
It just
We don't know.
You
Just
watch from that hex as it just this red, almost version of light kind of pours out, takes up the whole room, and you, from where you came in, hear stone grinding and close.
Haul asses.
Roll me
Kiki through the-
initiative. So you folks watch as out of the redness, a magic spell pops up, and you see two figures come into being. One is a mechanical warforged that you saw not that long ago. The other is a tiefling rogue from your past. The warforged goes first. They take that Giselle. They look around. They look around quickly. They see Al, and they're like, "Oh no!"
No, they don't. I'm invisible.
He can
She
see
hasn't
you.
attacked her. Oh,
Okay.
motherfucker.
And he just points the gun at the Kenku cage and fires.
Real quick.
Yeah.
I have the amulet of. I got it for saving a girl from the priest guy a long time ago. It says that I can impose disadvantage on AC hitting attack, weapon, or spell.
You can do this
Is that-
now if you would like.
Just on me, or can I do that for other people's attacks too?
You can do it to anybody.
With disadvantage, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ellie, does
Nice. Taking fire.
a 19 hit your AC?
Yep.
Okay, so
I
BAM!
tried.
Giselle goes off. Your AC is reduced by 2.
Okay.
And you're going to take 26 damage from the Giselle.
Okay, he needs to make a dex saving throw.
Also, everybody make sure your health is updated.
Yeah. Thank you.
21.
Okay, so he's gonna take half damage.
Are you hellish rebuking?
Yep.
What's the range on that?
I
It's 60 feet. You're good.
Okay. If anyone knows, Deb knows.
Yeah.
Are you suggesting Deb plays tieflings a lot?
I am
would never.
suggesting that.
Anyway,
Like
he takes 5 fire damage.
Okay. He is then... Yeah, I'll spend a legendary action. And he will take a small circular device and throw it into the crowd. I need everyone the crowd of allies over there. I need everyone to make me a dex save, please.
Don't forget +5.
We have bonus.
Oh, nice, nice, nice.
19.
Good job,
What
Thrax.
is Dex?
16. Not so good.
You said +5, right?
Yep,
For the
+5.
aura? Thank you. Oh, Jesus.
Okay, Kiki fails. Everyone else makes it. That is a total of 16 damage. So 8 to
16?
everybody, 16 to Kiki. Kiki, you are blinded.
Oh,
Oh, wait.
oh.
Nope, I don't have a thing for that. Sorry.
I might have a thing for that.
Okay, Ali, it is your turn.
Okay.
Oh.
I do have a thing for that. Alright, so... Allie's gonna start by making 2 ranged attacks, because I can. Allie's going to... do I want to make this ranged? Do I want to make it up close? I'm gonna measure a thing. 50... 30... Oh, okay. I can do that much moving. Alright. God, it's so nice to have all this movement. Alright, Allie's going to run here. She's going to touch Kiki's shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
She's going to...
He's like, what was that?
Don't worry, it's me. She's going to spend... oh, wait, no. I can't do that. Nope, I can only do poison. I can't do blind. Never mind.
I can take. I actually do have something. I can cure Kiki on my turn.
Alright, might do a dog. Might do a dog thing.
When in
Alright.
doubt.
This is Allie we're talking about. Allie's a little mad right now. So, on the bright side, a dude with the Giselle gets disadvantage if he has to shoot me from really, really close to him. So, we gonna do some stabbing up close and personal.
Okay.
However, it is not the kind of stabbing you're expecting right now, Scoot. Allie is first going to stab the rogue
Mm-hmm.
with the dagger that makes him stay here.
Okay, so make that attack roll.
29.
The
That-
dagger
that
will
hits
stop
him,
that, you
yeah.
fuck.
So what's the damage on that, or is it just he's stuck?
He's stuck.
I'm gonna need damage for stabbing him.
Roll a d4.
Thank you.
Woo! Every fucking little
He takes
bit.
4 damage.
He takes
Hell
4
yeah.
damage.
Hell
Every
yeah, he
time.
does.
Allie's going to stab a different dagger into the Warforged.
Mm-hmm.
It is not the dagger from her brother.
Okay.
Oh.
It is a dagger from another family member. She's gonna stab the liquid dagger into him.
Mm-hmm.
Because while she doesn't have anything to keep him here, the liquid dagger will at least allow them to track him if by any chance he gets away again.
Nice.
27.
That hits.
Well,
Okay. Do I get damage for that or no?
Yeah, you get damage for that.
D6?
D4. It's a dagger.
it's liquid damage.
Dude, my other daggers, you've given me other daggers that have like D8s. Like,
Yeah,
don't-
I have. You don't have one of those right now.
Alright.
Does she add Dex or something to the
I'm adding
damage?
dex to it.
Damage?
Nope. How much damage?
8.
Okay.
Okay, attacks. Okay. I know full well that doing a flurry of blows at him right now is probably not the best idea because of all the electrical bullshit. So, although he didn't electrify me with me stabbing him with a dagger, but it's also a very magical dagger. So I'm instead going to,
While you're deciding, quick point of order: should she have gotten the normal like plus dex on the first dagger?
No.
Oh, sad.
It's keeping him chained to the plane.
That's fair. That's fair.
All right.
I'm just saying it would be cooler if he had 6 less health than he does.
And I'm going to bonus action disengage. Back to the group, because
Okay.
Aura.
Because this is the safe space next to Tessa.
Yeah.
Speaking of Tessa, it's your turn.
Quick
Yeah.
technical question: does cleansing touch as a paladin spell remove blindness, or does it have to be a spell effect?
This is a spell effect.
Okay, then I'm going to touch Kiki on the shoulder and burn one of my cleansing touches that I get as a paladin to remove the blindness. I am going to burn a point of inspiration to go again.
Yep, so Kiki, as you're like, the world is very foggy and it's very bright, and all of a sudden you just hear like, "Eh," and then you can see just fine.
Thank you.
I love the obligatory bah.
Yeah,
That happens.
you're a paladin of Fran.
So sorry, guys. Moving the bubble. I'm going to move.
No, the safe space.
Yeah, but it would have
It's no
been
longer
there if I'd known you were moving over here and gotten them on their attacks of opportunity.
I'm here to help. Brah, Tessa. Oh, well, okay.
So here's what I want to do. I want to target his gun in particular, and I want to use a point of crit-spiration on
The
there.
Giselle. Okay.
Just get it out of the way right fucking
Yeah,
now.
your sword, it flashes with the divine energy of Fran, and those of you watching can almost see, like, the sword is covered with wool for, like, a hot second, as it just, you hear a...
Known for its sharpness.
Yeah,
Well, it would be hot if I was covered with wool, too.
what is probably a very horrifying sound to Kiki.
Flying by.
Yeah, giant sheep.
Yeah.
You hear the sun, you hear the Vorpal snicker snack as you hear the gun cut metal on metal, and it hits the ground like kang, 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 kang. And it's this beautiful piece of gunnery has just been utterly fucking destroyed.
Alright, that was the first attack.
Yep.
Alright, now with the gun out of the way, was there anything else we were told
with
about
one of the
this?
guns out of the way. He has
What
many
is
guns.
his other
guns?
Yeah, he has lots of guns.
That was the big one, though. That was the Giselle, right?
That was the Giselle, yep.
Okay, he has other guns. Does he have anything else in his other hand, or are they kind of like sheathed for now?
They're holstered at the moment.
Are they special guns, or are they more normal?
All of them are probably special guns.
Alright, well, since they're sheathed, I probably can't really get to those right now accurately, so I'm gonna just attack him.
Okay.
Does a 22 hit?
Yes, it does.
Alright, popping a blinding smite on there as my bonus action.
Okay.
He's going to... I'm gonna re-roll that for Savage Attacker.
He misses the
42
save.
damage.
He
This
misses
is
the
your
save and the
weekly public
blinding
service
smite.
announcement that paladins are fucking awesome.
I didn't even dump a normal smite into that yet. But you know what? Fuck it. Why? Let's throw in a smite. Let's do it. Let's add another 9 points of damage to that.
So you do.
When in danger or in doubt, run in circles. Smite.
And that concludes my my turn.
Thrax is up, as is his way. Thrax is just going to go ahead and... Kiki, can you see? You okay?
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
He's going to move over to you. Actually, he's going to move up. He's going to move up to you and Ali and go, "Hey, we can do this." And he casts Bless on Nikki, Ali, and Kiki.
Oh.
Good shit.
And then he's
That's a
going...
plus D4 to attack rolls and something. Right?
saving throws,
Saving
and then he's
throws,
going to
okay.
move into a position to start shooting arrows on his next turn. The Rogue's up. Rogue is going to go ahead and just kind of saunter over here to you, Tessa, as he's not real. You are a problem, certainly.
Yep. A big problem.
Big problem. Your AC is currently -2, so does a...
Why? Why is my AC
Yeah,
minus
mine-
2?
Oh, no, sorry, Ali's AC.
I got it with the
Yeah,
deal.
my bad. Does a 29 hit your AC?
Christ.
Okay. So he's going to hit you with a short sword and a sneak attack. Bam.
That's a lot of time.
Yeah, it is.
The table, I think. I felt the table move from here.
12, 16, 20. You take 30 damage.
It's 25.
25. And then he is going to take out another dagger and stab you.
Rude.
For a critical.
Nah.
Okay, this one's going to do 24 damage. And I need you to make a con saving throw, please.
Okay. 27.
You're fine. That thing is probably poisoned, though, and not great. He is then going to bonus action disengage from you, and then he's going to spend a legendary action to move over here by Kiki.
Oh, right, disengage.
Disengage.
Right. Yeah, as a rogue, fuck it.
Is he moving past me?
He's moving around you.
If he has moved, Scoot, the direction you indicated, he moved past me.
He would have moved around you to go for right.
He
for Kiki.
disengaged.
He just.
Yeah.
So Sentinel provokes attack of opportunity, even if they take the disengage action.
Oh.
He's not leaving you. He's passing by you to get to Kiki. He wasn't with you in the beginning.
Great, but if he's passing by me to get to her, he still provokes.
Yeah,
attack
but
of
he's
opportunity.
going around. He's doing the L-shaped.
Okay.
So Kiki does a. Oh goodness, the 28 hit your AC.
Yeah, ever so slightly.
Okay. 9 damage, and I need a con save, please.
Okay, so let me figure out this con save business. So
You get to add a D4.
a D4. Oh, I'm not in the aura anymore, right? Okay.
Nope.
No.
Con is actually my con is quite good. Oh, and I get to add proficiency because that is a tinkerer thing. So 5, 4, and I do, but that's a D4, not a.
It's a D4,
right?
yep.
Roll 1d20 plus 9 plus 1d4. Whoa, helps if I do the right thing. 1d20 plus 9 plus 1d4. 30.
Yeah, you're fine. Nikki, you're up.
Okay. I am going to point a finger at this rougey fuck who has popped on over by my bird friend. And I'm going to be pumping a little bit of extra divination magic into it, but we'll start with the normal spell first. I need a Constitution saving throw, please. DC 19.
19 on the dice, so he makes it.
Okay. He takes half of 75 damage.
Nice.
I wish he hadn't failed that one, because that's a hell of a roll. That's a 78, and I got 78886 for 5 of those dice. Christ.
Goodness.
Okay, so I pump a little bit of extra divination magic into this, and so there's this mote of green energy that flies from me and sinks into his chest, causing him some obvious pain there.
Mm-hmm.
And in the kind of trail left behind by it, I see a little glimpse of the future yet to come. So I'm going to slap chat what I see to who needs it most. Probably Tessa, because she's up against kind of out in the open. So until the start of my next turn, attacks against Tessa have disadvantage because
Oh, very nice.
I have told her the future.
Ooh.
Moving a little bit faster. I'm like Neo in the Matrix. Can't catch
Yeah,
me.
you're like predicting, like, okay, I think she said a left swing and then a shot from overhead. Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Anything else, Nikki?
Okay, that's used. That is my action and my little thingy. I'm gonna back up.
Back this up, Kiki.
I'm gonna hang out by Thrax. He seems safe.
Okay, so Kiki is so not thrilled with the state of events. Oh, by the way, how much damage did she take?
9
From the
points.
dagger? 9, okay. So many things to keep track of. Okay. So Kiki is going to, as a bonus action, she's going to use her Scholar Critical Analysis to size up the rogue that's right in front of her. She's going to do it with like a sneer too, like you're beneath me to do this. So that'll add an additional D4 to the D4 that she gets from Bless. And she's going to pull out her crossbow, and she, for her first attack, then is going to... No, you know what? Yeah, she's going to do that. She's going to do a crossbow for the first attack. So this is a 23 hit.
Yeah.
Okay. So now, in addition to just, generic crossbow damage, the person has to make a wisdom saving throw. Or
Critical
is
fail!
stunned.
Did
All
Drax
right.
bless himself?
No.
Okay, it was me and Kiki and Al?
Ali, yep.
Okay. I
Okay.
just put icons on our tokens.
So the person is stunned. I think you said I had to roll for like a d4 to see for how many.
To see how many rounds.
I like that
yep.
icon. That's a cool icon.
So roll a d4.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Like cool
Roll
wings.
d4 to
Yeah.
see 1d4. Helps if I. Wow. It's only a d4. D4. If I could roll a 4.
4 full rounds. He is stunned.
Ooh. Okay.
Ooh.
And then
The power of
for her.
Azramak.
I
It's
know
so
what I'm
good.
gonna do.
So for her second, what's the rule for attacking someone who's stunned? Is it like any kind of like bonus advantage?
So
or-
this is a ranged attack. You have to still roll it because you could miss. If
Okay.
it's a melee, I believe it has advantage, although he can't make a dex save because he's stunned.
A stunned creature is incapacitated, can't move, and can't speak. The creature automatically fails strength and dex saving throws. Attacks against the creature have advantage.
Oh, then it's all attacks.
Yep.
So it is advantage.
Yeah, because you're
Okay.
shooting a stationary target.
Okay, so she's does a 17 hit? Not well. Let's just see. Crit vision. Does a 17 hit?
17 does not hit.
All right. You know what? I'd love to use a point of critspiration
Okay.
since he has some of those, and Kiki has fired. Sorry, I should have specified, but she's firing her shotgun, her boomstick.
Dual fisting them.
Kind of. So that does a couple of things. 3d12 damage plus 5 for that. 34 damage.
Okay.
Their AC goes down by 2, and they're supposed to do a con save or be stunned for 1.d4 rounds. I don't know if we can compound the
He's already
stuns or
stunned.
they're just-
You're not stunned anymore.
Okay, but
Stunned.
Kiki was right. So since the rogue is stunned, can Kiki?
Yeah, you can walk away
move
from him.
without
Just,
it.
yeah, you can just saunter off if you want to.
All right, Kiki's just like she just kind of like spits in the ground. She's just like disgusted. And these people over here are which groups? Which prisoners are
The
these?
orcs, and they
Okay.
just look like they're not going to be able to put up, much help. at
Yeah,
the moment.
but she wants to get, so she's just going to get in position to try and maybe do something in the next round with them. And she lets the group know that the rogue is stunned for 4
Good.
rounds.
Good.
Okay, now that he is blinded, right, Deb?
Just stunned.
Oh, he's stunned.
Because
Oh, I thought you did a blinding smite.
The blinding
Yeah,
smite.
on the mech.
Right.
Oh,
I'm
you're
good.
asking about the mech. I'm sorry, I thought
Yeah.
you were asking about the rogue. Yes, he had to make a con saving throw. Did he fail
He
that?
failed that, yeah.
Okay, then yes, he is blinded.
Okay, he is going to, since his gun is broken and he thinks he knows where you are, he's going to take out that revolver and he's going to try to shoot, but he's going to roll these at disadvantage.
Well, he's
Double
been rolling at
disadvantage.
disadvantage anyway because he's shooting at melee,
And
Kiki-
also because of
so technically
Nikki's
Kiki just
disadvantage,
did
so he has
that?
a
We didn't-
triple disadvantage.
but he's
Kiki-
also blinded.
Right, but Kiki
Yeah.
just did that and we didn't say anything, so...
Yes,
But
but she
also-
specifically had a condition that imposed advantage.
He just has normal disadvantage anyways.
Right.
It doesn't stack, but
Yeah, I know.
So he's going to roll at disadvantage. So first one
but it is
is...
fun to think about that. he
Miss.
has two different ways.
Miss.
Then I fired, and then I missed, and then I fired, and then I missed, and
And then the gun jams.
Oh no! Oh.
That's all he can do at the moment because he's in a bad way.
he in a bad way.
Allie.
I'm not sad to be beating him, But those rolls hurt, Scoot. I know how that.
Yeah,
works.
no, because it was like the
I
other
don't feel
the
bad.
advantage rolls were pretty good too. Like one of them was a critical, and it was just like, oh well, the gun jammed. So, well, it's Allie's turn.
Got a dagger.
Yep.
Got another dagger. How do I have another character who has lots of daggers? Got another dagger. This one's from my brother. We're gonna start
Dagger.
stabbing. She's gonna get advantage on these because he is stunned. Oh, bonus action. Do I want to do bonus action Hailstorm Light yet? Nah, she's not gonna do that. We're gonna hold on to the bonus action. We've got 4. Yeah, I'm gonna do it just in case he's got a way to break stuns, which he might.
Hmm?
All right, so 22 and a 25.
Both hit.
Great. First one is going to be sneak attack because I've got something that imposes advantage.
Mhm.
So I get to add. What's my sneak attack currently? No, it's only 1d6. Oh well. It's still something. He takes 31 plus 26, 57 damage.
Hang on.
I'm going to.
You're using your dagger, right?
From my brother.
From your brother. You're using your brother dagger. Got it.
Yeah, I got the other 2 daggers are currently stuck in them. This one I'm sticking in and pulling out.
Yep.
Stab. I don't have to disengage because he's stunned
You
anyway.
need to walk away from him.
How much movement do I have?
5 less than you used to, which I think leaves you at like 600.
No, so Scoot, if I wanted to open one of the cages, that would be a full action, correct?
To try to pick the lock right now, yeah, that would be a full action.
Okay. Then I'm going to move to the Kenku,
Mm-hmm.
action surge. I'm going to try and pick the lock.
A sleight of hand check. Yeah, sleight of hand check, please.
24.
Pop it open.
Great. And then I'm going to come back to the rogue and bonus action because I can. And bonus action, I'm going to enter a defensive stance.
Listeners can't see how much movement she just did.
I
She's
just
like,
did 100 feet of
stabby,
movement.
stabby, bing, free the kinkus, zipped back.
Stab, move 50 feet, open a cage, move 50 feet, defensive stance.
Tessa, you're up.
Okay. I just gonna stab him. Do my usual. There's a 19 hit.
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna do a smack. 41 damage for the first one.
Okay.
And let's do. I'm gonna make that a critspiration. I'm gonna burn another one.
Okay.
I just kind of want to see how much damage I can do at this point. Let's dump a smite into this as well.
Obviously.
So I'm gonna re-roll that for Savage Attacker. Okay, so it's 33. I'm gonna do a Divine
66.
Smite level 2, so that's another 34 on top of that. So he takes a grand total of 41 plus 66 plus 34.
Yep. So he took a lot of damage. He's still standing, but just barely. Your sheepish blade, your Vorpal dying blade, is just severing into him to the point where one of his arms, you cleave it straight off. There's not a reaction because he's a Warforged, so like they're a Warforged, so it's not like a, oh god, I'm bleeding. It's like, do you remember if you've seen Hitchhiker's Guide when like the sad robot's like, aw, like, my arm.
I'm so depressed.
Thrax
Yeah,
is up.
you.
Thrax sees that that's pretty much in hand, so he's gonna turn his bow to the stunned guy, because fuck it. Okay, Thrax hits once. That's critical for Thrax. Thrax does damage. Okay. Rogue is up, he's stunned. But he will... Actually can't do shit. Because he needs to be able to do something to do his legendary save, so he can't do a goddamn thing about it. Nikki.
Okay. Oh, things is going surprisingly well. For
Suspiciously well.
Why did you say that out loud? Don't do that.
Okay. Do I have another? No, I don't. I was gonna do another 7th level spell, but I don't have more spell slots for that. Can I? Maybe. 5, 10, 15, 20. If I come up this way, could I get a lightning bolt that hit the Warforged like from behind without zapping Tessa?
Yeah.
And without
I can
zapping
take
the
it.
people in the cage over here.
Yeah,
Oh,
you can finagle
worse.
that line to not hit them.
Just thread the line.
Yeah.
I guess I can go here for 20 also, and then that's a lot cleaner of a line.
Yeah.
Okay. Excellent. Get fucking zip zapped. I need a DC 19 dex save from Mr. Clank.
He misses.
And, okay. Wow. That's fine. That is what I want him to do. That is a D6, yes. Pretty average roll, I think. A 32 total lightning damage.
Yep, so you hit him with the lightning, and unfortunately, Nikki, you watch as they manage to take that in, and the arm comes back onto him.
Oh.
And they are now very, very charged. Yep. Nikki,
Okay.
Sorry, anything else?
Yet.
I'm going to... Clear those when I cast it, so I'm not going to do it now. I'm gonna back up. Sorry, Tessa.
Kiki.
You did your best.
Excuse me. So what's the status of the kitsune in the cage that Kiki?
About the same.
No, I mean, but they have a
bonus action. The sheep.
So they could potentially get out, but they haven't. Is that it?
Mm-hmm.
Like the cage is not a barrier. Okay, there's probably
Well, no, there's something out. Like you definitely undid a lock, but you don't know what else is about this cage that's keeping her sort of still. She's still locked up,
right?
But
okay.
She's watching this battle with intense glee.
So can Kiki tell if it's like a mechanical thing keeping her, or if it's
Make an Arcana check.
Okay. Because Kiki was like, "Oh, sure, I'm just gonna like do that thing," like, and then she's free, right? And I'm just like, "Oh, okay."
Is this a good thing?
29.
There's still you pop of the lock, but there's still something about the cage that's keeping her restrained.
Structural that Kiki could try to, because Kiki could either remove another enchantment or
you could try to hex it again and see what happens.
Yeah. Okay. Same deal. Yeah. Happily, it's a wisdom say. Wait. No. That's not right. Sorry, I'm confusing things. It's like Yes. What are you laughing?
Well, they
at?
rolled the 6 in the dice, Kiki, so I'm pretty sure that doesn't beat your spell save.
No,
So
19.
You hit it with another wham. Let's try to searching that you. So Nikki, you'll see this, and Thrax will see it too. You see Kiki hex the cage again, and this time the door just pops open, and the woman gets up very quickly.
Poggy.
She walks out of the cage.
I hope this helps.
Points an arm at the rogue, and you see a torn of fire come from him, like this swirling, almost dragon's breath be pulled from his body into her.
Well, this seems good so far.
And then he drops.
Is he dead? Or is he at 0 hit points?
He's dropped on the ground. He's breathing Ali, I guess you could say.
Okay.
So Kiki will give the kitsune sort of a like thumbs up, and she'll be like, thanks. Like,
you see her turn to you, and you see her smile very widely, but kind of do that head cock like I'm kind of crazy smile. As she then turns, she just nods at you like a thanks, and then her attention very slowly and deliberately turns back to the tiefling rogue.
I feel like Kiki has this habit of freeing questionable. Like the abomination. Like
that worked in our advantage.
You'd have 10 cents, yes. But
anything else, Kiki?
No, because that
happened twice.
That's an action, not an attack. So she's done.
Okay, so it is. Mecha is up, and he seems to be now very aware of where you are, Tessa. So he's going to try to grab...
He's still blinded, though.
Oh, no, he's not.
But he still has disadvantage from Nikki's spell that she put on
No, that ended at the start of last turn.
Shit. Alright.
Sorry.
So he's going to gather up that power that from that lightning hit, and he's going to send it at you.
No.
Make me a dex saving throw, Tessa, actually.
25.
Okay, Ali, make me a dex saving throw, please.
Oh, in a line.
Yeah, if he's just redirecting it.
He's gonna hit the road,
too.
yeah.
11 plus 4 plus...
Is it against my spell save?
You'll see.
16.
Okay.
Not enough.
Let me see if I've got it. Nope, I don't have anything that help me out because I spent all my fucking points of inspiration last week on a thing that never actually fucking worked.
Okay.
It didn't. Yeah.
So anyone?
No, it didn't work, Rob.
So he's going to do. He's gonna amplify that. So 6 plus. Six, 10, 15. 80 damage total. So that hits Tessa for 40, and that hits Ali for 80.
Oof.
Whoa.
Oof.
So he needs to make a dex saving throw.
Okay.
Make 2 dex saving throws.
Nice.
Are you within 60 feet, Ali?
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Yep. Okay. He fails both.
All right. He takes 12 fire damage.
23 total between the two of us.
Okay.
Not too shabby.
He will then spend a... Hang on.
How's the road looking? Is he fucking...
Oh, he's dead.
Crispied up?
He's crispy to fuck. Yeah, he's gone.
Okay.
He's gonna take a 5. He's gonna take himself a little step over here, Tessa.
Does that give me a attack of opportunity?
No, he's just adjusting across your face. But what does give you attack of opportunity is he takes out his rifle and points it at Ali.
Okay, so I get a free attack on him?
Give him a whap.
Does a 27 hit?
Sure does.
Alright,
satisfying to ask.
Let's do 40 plus 6, so 46.
Jesus.
Okay. Oh no.
Did he crit fail?
No, he's so close to dying, but he's not quite there.
Damn it.
He's gonna let out a burst.
Actually, I guess I could do savage attack on that.
Please let Ali actually hit him.
You already went past that. So he's going to let a couple of shots out from the rifle in quick succession, which will be at disadvantage because he's firing from melee.
I thought he was firing at me.
Tessa is
They're
in
at
his
disadvantage
fate.
anyways because I'm putting my amulet on him.
Yeah. So
Hey.
that's a 22 versus your AC.
That is my AC.
Ali's AC. He's
Ali's
shooting at
AC.
Ali.
Okay.
Yep.
Second shot. Nope. That's a 3 on the dice. And that's another 3 on the dice, so he only hits you once. But this is going to be...
Mostly survivable.
17 damage to Ali. And it's Ali's turn.
Yep.
Can get him.
Actually, I gotta think for a second for Ellie. Because, like, on the one hand, yes. And then there's something else you might do.
Oh.
Technically, Tessa's right there.
I'm gonna kill him my next turn anyway.
I know. And she,
I want my revenge.
We're gonna dice. No, we're gonna dice fate this. Anybody's getting revenge on this fucker. Allie is. We're gonna dice fate this.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yep. Allie's gonna go attack him. If I rolled over 20, I was gonna go free the 20. If I rolled over a 10, I was gonna go free the. Oh wait, I already freed the Kenku. Never mind. There wasn't anything to decide. I was always going to hit him.
I was always going to hit him.
I was always going to choose violence.
Do a 16 and a 22 hit.
They both do.
Great. I'm also going to do. We don't need. We're just gonna. Is he dead after 48 damage?
Yeah, he is. He had 1 hit point left.
Oh my god.
You could have sneezed. Tessa, you could have sneezed
It's
on
fucking
him.
embarrassing.
Allie's going to.
How would you like to take this robot down, Allie?
Allie's not doing anything technically. She's literally just like stabbing him, and like there are other things to do right now.
Stab.
I want to run back over to.
Yes.
Of the two of
Love
them,
a good Letterkenny reference.
yeah, no, I'm gonna run. I'm gonna run back over to the rogue.
I love Coach. He's one of my favorite characters.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to restrain his dead body very thoroughly, and then I'm gonna burn 8 key points on a revivify.
Nothing happens.
Oof.
Because I'm sure the damage crossed him well over to the other side.
It's if he died within the last minute. That's what revivify is supposed to work on.
I thought there was something if someone's body was like basically disintegrated or something. Yes. Well, okay, whatever DM says is.
It just says it cannot restore any missing body parts.
But they have to willingly want to come back.
Do they?
With the any
Yeah, you
resurrection
can't
spell,
force them to come back with
you
a
can't force them to come
revivify.
back.
I didn't know that you couldn't force them to come back.
I thought all resurrection spells had that going for them. Just in general.
It really depends on your
Everything
definition.
scoots do, yeah.
Yeah, it depends on your definition of necromancy at that point. But yeah, they need to be willing to come back. There's also other stipulations like if you revivify a 99-year-old, they're just going to keep dying because their time is done.
You can't restore a creature that has died of old age. That's specifically included in revivify.
That's what I'm pointing out. Is like if they died of old age, they're just their time to go.
Stabbed.
Right. It doesn't say anything about they have to be willing to come back to life. Is that a house rule or is that a general principle of all resurrection spells ever?
To my knowledge, that's a general principle of all resurrections. Is if they're not willing to come back, you can't bring them back. Although usually that's used on allies, so they're usually willing to come back.
Right. It doesn't explicitly state it within the spell.
There's something else that's keeping his soul from returning.
Okay.
He sold it.
Oh, I was gonna say also, yeah, like he could just have like.
Well, either that or
it's
it's the fact that the Kitsune just sucked his entire fucking soul out of him.
Yeah, it's very possible. You have released another monster from a cage.
Allie's gonna come over and do the same to the Warforged. Bind him up.
Oh no, it's different. Well, it's different for the Warforged. Remember what the Badgers told you?
No, I don't remember, Scoot. Allie might. I don't.
Okay.
Does anyone else remember?
I remember what I ate for breakfast.
History checks.
I'm gonna roll a history check to see if Allie remembers because I clearly don't.
Okay.
Sure, I'll roll a history check too to help. Oh, I crit! I remember.
Wow.
Way to crit on that, I guess.
Allie doesn't remember.
So Tessa, you look in and you're like, and you see Allie like.
We're supposed to get his control core thing or something like that?
So
Crystal core.
Warforges have a soul that is somewhere stored in them. That's what makes them different from automatons. He has a component that will be basically his soul.
Like a hard drive.
Yeah.
Right. He has like a hard drive.
Okay, then I'm not going to burn my remaining 8 key points that I hadn't spent any of those that I could specifically do Revivify at the end of this if I needed to. I am instead going to just take his fucking core out.
And it was a good effort.
Mm-hmm.
He's just got some bullshit going on.
Yeah, Kiki will help you with the removing it if you'd like.
Yeah, I'll let Kiki do it, and I'll tell Kiki to come over and do it, and I'll talk to the kitsune.
So, just a minor question: are we out of combat?
You think you are?
Question mark. Okay, so Kiki would probably
I don't appreciate that phrasing.
Yeah, she would probably like free
I'm gonna go
orcs
free
right in
the
front of her
Goliath then
first.
if you're freeing the orcs.
And then she would gingerly turn her attention to the kitsune.
Yeah, and the kitsune has moved over the corpse of the rogue, the tiefling rogue.
She's
just sort of
pissing
like,
on him.
no, not pissing on it, but she's definitely like kicking at it, and then she puts out her hand, and a torrent of flame comes out as she just scorches the body.
So Kiki will move near her, not like exactly beside her, just sort of like peripherally, and be like, "Hi, you understand me? You okay?" And if not, she'll try to use universal language.
I hear you, Kinku.
Oh, you okay? Bad time in cage.
No,
Bad time in cage.
I'm not okay, but such is the state of the world.
I'm Kiki.
Tilts her head a bit.
Oh.
Hi. Hello, Kiki. That's a beautiful name.
Oh, thank you.
I wanted to thank you for letting me out of that cage. It was not very pleasant. I've been in there for a while.
Oh, yes. Not good. Not good. You're welcome.
There's another fox around here.
Yeah, currently freeing things over here. I'll come over.
Oh, you're from the later generations. And she looks at you, and she goes, "You have horns, though.
One of the weird half-breeds.
Are you a goat soon?"
No. Kitsune, but my mom's a tiefling.
She looks like she has no idea of what you're talking about. Huh.
Tieflings or kitsune?
Or mom.
Yeah, like which of those words was confusing, Scoot. That wasn't very clear.
The fact that you have a tiefling mom and a kitsune dad seems to sort of be like news to her that's a thing, and not that like, oh my god, like clutch my pearls, how dare we? It's more like, I didn't know that was I didn't know she doesn't. There's a
They were compatible species.
yeah, and also like she seems to not understand. Like, it's clear to her, like, something is not adding up in her timeline in her head.
How long were you in that cage?
Oh, well, I was in the tree first, and then I was in that cage. They got me out of a tree.
What tree?
Oh, I don't know, it was in a big forest somewhere. My memory is foggy.
Big forest. Down here or somewhere else?
Well, not here. This is a cave.
Yes. On this plane?
No. I made goodness. She cocks her head again a couple times back and forth.
Were you in the Everwilds? Or the Feywilds?
Something like that. I wasn't around here. It was much crazier. There were
Everwilds.
maybe.
Were there Drasks?
Yes.
Everwilds.
No. One had mittens. Did it? Huh.
Oh dear. Kiki will cock her head. She's like, what's your name? Because she didn't actually give a name when Kiki introduced herself, did she?
Oh,
Does she remember?
and she starts to kind of like make noises, but there's no it doesn't come up. And she starts to kind of freak out a little bit, like, okay.
Do you not know it, or can you not say it?
I don't remember it.
Okay.
I know I have one.
Okay.
And I know I'm looking for Gusby. but that's it.
I don't know who that is, but we can help you find out.
Deb, somebody make a medicine check.
And are you like, well, I mean, Ali wanted to do that actually because I'm standing right
somebody
next
make
to her.
a medicine check.
Did they torture you? Did they experiment?
Oh, they were
you?
siphoning my power, and that one was, and she points to the guy's like charred, blackened bone remains, which is, you would know, that took a lot of fire to do that to a tiefling, because she cremated him kind of on the spot. That's not how that works.
I didn't even think about the resistance.
A lot of firepower. With one, Ali, you're just sort of intrigued by her, because there's a sense of connection to her that you feel, like, deep down. And you don't know what it is, but you're like, this is... It feels the same way when you're around Kuma and Dash.
Right. Like, I've picked up on that she's one of the ancient Kitsune.
Yeah.
Is she, like... is she, like, injured at all? Does she need healing?
Physically looks fine. Deb, Tessa might want to give this a crack. Because Ali rolled a 1. So as far as like looking at her physically, she's fine.
I also rolled a 1. So, hey, there you go.
Hey, the doctors think it's fine.
You know
Robert,
what? We shouldn't judge people on their mental health. Just saying.
Yes.
I apparently have one remaining point of inspiration. I don't know how I didn't spend it last time, but I apparently have one. It's sitting in my inventory, so fuck it, I'm using it.
No.
9.
Yeah, I'm not using it.
something mental probably. Rob, what did you roll? Because that was a 24.
Oh, that was. I would love to pretend that was a medicine check and I was over helping out. No, that was another wisdom save against book.
Well, as it happened, my mom, the tiefling, she's quite a good healer, and she specifically works with a lot of folks who've been in traumatic situations which cause memory loss. So she might be able to help us.
Oh, that's good. Is it okay if I go with all of you?
Well, I was going to invite you to.
Oh, good.
Would you like us to call you something even if you don't remember your name? Would you like us to come up with a nickname for you?
Oh, that would be nice. I don't think I've had one of those, but maybe I have.
So, let's see. She has a shit ton of fire magic.
And as Ali's
she's
thinking
a girl.
about this, she does another wave blast of fire and almost lava, and just the remains of that rogue are literally burned to the ground and gone.
Oh, I wanted to check for fair.
Kiki's actually impressed. And while Ali's working with her, Kiki's going to slowly make her way over to the Kenku to check on them.
Okay.
And Tessa's gonna go to the orcs and the Goliaths and start freeing them.
Yeah, and they're like, okay. And they thank you, because they were, as you pump a little bit of healing and then kind of get them oriented again, they're just very happy to see not one of those guys.
I'll actually say you're welcome in Orcish, because I know Orcish.
Yeah, they are very happy that somebody is speaking Orcish to them.
Yeah,
Ask
I'm fluent.
Yeah, nice.
Kiki, when you see the Kenku, they are it was clear that they were probably pretending to be asleep when Ali was invisible, because they weren't sure what to trust or not. But they're looking at you, and they're very aware that you just murdered their captor, so now they're in that point of this is good. They're looking at you like you looked at that kitsune you killed the people that were holding us, which is good, and you haven't stabbed us yet, which is also good, but we don't know what's going on. But they do seem somewhat reassured that you're here, because you are also a burb.
Yeah. So she'll say she'll speak to them in Orin, so she can do so fluently and engage in concepts. And she's like, "Hi, you're free to go now. We can help you if you need healing." It's so strange to talk as Kiki without her affectations. I still think she'd talk with a little trill and stuff anyway, but she would say Do you know why you were kept here? Why you were taken, if I can ask?
They just shake their heads no.
Okay. Okay. Well, you can leave right now, but if you need any help leaving
don't
or anything, she's
have-
like, "Oh, my name's Kiki, by the way." She's
And hang on. Okay. The one looks at you. He goes, Kiki?
Yes, yes. Yes.
From Tranquil Valley.
Yes, yes.
And the one that has the more feminine voice of the two, because Kiki would be able to tell the difference, being a Kenku, just starts crying.
You okay? Bad time in cage. She's like, oh.
She shakes her head. She goes, no. And she can't quite get the words out. And then the male bird goes, Kiki, you're our Kiki.
No, Kiki's only Kiki.
No,
like,
no.
she doesn't.
We are your parents.
Kiki takes a couple steps back, and she doesn't know what to say, but she wants to do like an investigation. Like, what the fuck? Like,
Yeah, make an insight check.
Roll to detect bullshit.
Yeah, no, basically, like, I mean,
For DNA
they
check.
knew where she would. A DNA.
Yeah.
She's a good tinkerer. She's not that good.
Yeah.
Sorry, you said which kind of
Insight for this.
Insight, like just wisdom. Just a 9.
They seem genuine, Kiki, but it's up to you if you want to trust them on that. But they're not acting. This isn't a trick, as far as you can tell.
Kiki, she sends like the briefest like micro message through the Slap chats to her friends, like, Kenku here claim to be parents? My parents?
Do you want
Not
me to
sure.
do a vibe check?
Yes, please. Also,
Do a vibe check. If they're telling
also
the
my
truth.
pet out.
Oh yeah, okay. Coming over.
Then Kiki's like,
I do leave some cookies for the famished orcs and goliaths.
"Oh."
Let's make sure they get some food.
So,
Anyway, back
Tessa,
to
you go over there, and they're not. The woman, the female burb, is incredibly has this mix of joy and sadness and regret and a lot of very, very mixed feelings. And whenever she looks at Kiki, they spike. And the father burb is
Burb dada.
less sad but very embarrassed, and he doesn't seem like he knows what to do or what to say to Kiki.
Are they hurt? Do they need heals?
No, they look like they're freshly been put in here. They've not been here as long as the Goliaths, the orcs. But they are. It's seeing Kiki and kind of having him put that together has caused a lot of like. Again, there's part of him that's happy that his, in theory to you, that his child is alive and saved him unintentionally. But then
Where you been for 15 years?
yeah, and there's that wave of regret and sort of shame of like, oh, like we've not, we have these regrets, which sort of
We don't know the full story.
yeah, which sort of validates that they're not, at least this isn't a con job, because these feelings are too raw to be put on by an actor from what you're feeling.
And I turned to Kiki and I said, Kiki, they're experiencing emotions. They know you. And there's no deception here.
Kiki
I
like weaves. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, I think these are your parents.
Kiki weaves a little bit in place, like she's feeling very unsteady, and
I'm going to catch her.
She doesn't
Stand
fight fall.
behind.
Yeah, like trust fall.
Thrax slides a couch right behind Kiki.
Kiki's like, trust you. And no, and she just looks at them and she's like, and she actually unconsciously slips into comment. Like, she doesn't mean to, but she's just like, why you leave Kiki?
Valid.
Yeah, and they're looking at each other, and Kiki, you can, as much as on a bird face, as you can tell. Again, Kiki would probably be very keen into the smaller facial movements, and Tessa, you can feel it with the empathy. They're very torn until Father Bird finally goes, had debts, collectors wanted Kiki, would not give Kiki to collectors.
Kiki just turns and she walks over to the dead Warforge and just starts like picking around and like looking to see if any of the guns are still like she doesn't know how to process this much emotion.
Mm-hmm.
And so she's gone to something she knows, which is MECHA. So she's just like she's basically looting the corpse. She knows that Ali has the
stress looting the corpse. Yeah.
Yeah, so she's totally stress looting now. She's like, oh look, oh that's an interesting choice, a double bolt. Like she's like, oh, she's just she doesn't say anything to them. She's totally freaked out.
Tessa's gonna go talk to Mama and Papa Burb. She's gonna say, you may not be able to understand me, so I'll try to speak slow, but Kiki needs time. You're welcome to come back with us. Out of here. Safe place.
They look at you and through something they can do is what you saw Kiki do, which is speaking in root, which is basically a combination of sounds and hand gestures that most people in Ryam can kind of do as a very base thing. It's how traveling becomes a little bit easier. And they tell you, like, we'll come with you, but if Kiki doesn't want us, we understand. And they sort of say that to you, like, we will leave as soon as we can find a safe way to get from wherever you are to somewhere else.
Tessa will say you're welcome to stay with me, but no pressure. If you at least want to take a night to, gather yourselves and maybe talk in the morning, you are welcome.
Okay. And as you have this moment, you hear steps in the hallway as Nina being flanked by a lichen in their werewolf form, and that kind of panther tabaxi are there, and she looks around and she's like, great, and then she spots that kitsune and she's like, huh.
Hi, Ludwig.
It's not Ludwig, it's just a random it's a random
You keep
werewolf.
dropping hints, but he keeps not showing up. Damn it, Scoot.
He's in Medcore. He's not in Rogue Core. Which sounds
Yeah,
like
but
a
I
great
thought you were bringing
EDM
me a healer, so... Allie's not going to say hi, Ludwig, if it's not Ludwig.
Right, it's definitely not Ludwig. It's way too young. But she spots that kitsune. She's like, oh, okay, this is what was here. Cool.
While Thrax and I are letting these, unchaining these prisoners over here, I'm just talking to him.
Mm-hmm.
You think of any way that we can get some of those books back without getting them too close to me?
You have a bad track record with books.
Yeah, that's why I don't want to touch. I want Phyllis to look at them and decurse it or whatever.
I can remove curses if they're on there.
You want to take the bad books from this evil place and do what with them?
Read them.
Book club?
Tell you what, before we leave, why don't we ask a nice rogue lady if any of them are not super evil, and if she says yes, I'll take them back for you.
Only slightly evil.
Yeah. Because he goes over to the one that's whispering to you, and he picks it up as is this one that's whispering to you? And it's like the brain slugs on Fry from Futurama. It's trying to get into him, but there's no purchase for him to grab the spirit to grab onto. It's like
luckily for me, I can't read.
Yeah. Good
This
thing I
won't
can't
stop me.
read.
I can't read.
Yeah. Yeah, but you see Nina, and you're the one that probably sees this first, Alex. She's like, oh, okay. This is happening.
I was gonna take her to my mom for some
You should
healing.
probably do that.
She said she was looking for somebody. Gusby?
Her eyes go wide and go, oh. Okay.
So you know who he is?
Kind of.
For the sneakiest person my aunt knows, you don't have a great poker face.
I don't need one.
You hide far enough in the shadows, nobody can see your eyes popping out.
Mm-hmm. Look, it's Plain's job to do the talking. I do other things. Yeah, take her to Dosh. See what comes up with that.
Can you help us with the Gusby thing?
I don't know.
Is he dead?
No.
Can you try on the Gusby thing?
Who's Gusby?
It's a long story that we don't have time for because we actually need to get you fine folks the fuck out of here before more people show up because we might be a little off-world right now.
Ooh, okay, let's get
Makes
GTFO.
sense. On the note of getting out of here, are any of these books remotely safe to take with us?
They're all very evil.
They're all... Couldn't hear you.
They're all very, very evil.
Well, I mean, yeah, obviously, but like...
Nikki?
Readably so?
Nikki.
And they're
on,
very,
Ali.
very... They're very, very overdue. You don't want to pay the fine.
The fines on these would ruin you, Nikki.
And she kind of... fine. You saved me some paper. So she looks around and she goes, that one. And just points to one on the ground.
Is the Vorpal dagger that was in the rogue incinerated as well?
Yeah, it's gone.
I want to do it again. I'm going to go over to the Vorpal to get the liquid dagger back, though, because that one shouldn't be gone.
No, that one's still there. Yeah.
I'm going to take that one back. Tracking daggers are useful.
Yeah, and she goes, that's, this one should be fine. She picks it up and gives it to you, Nikki.
I am not going to touch the book.
Oh, it's fine.
I'll just let her drop it in my skirts. I'll be like, I've learned my lesson about touching books before I hand them to Phyllis first.
Okay. Let's get you
Nikki's
all the
a
hell
little
out of
bit
here.
like overcorrecting after being possessed by a book. She's still taking it home, of course.
Yeah, obviously.
Possess me once, shame on you.
Exactly.
Possess me twice. I consented this time. It's really on me.
Yeah.
So opens the rift. You all walk through with these very exacerbated people as you come back out into the estate in the peaks, which is where we will leave off tonight and deal with these new revelations of who this fox lady is and maybe Kiki's burb parents next week. So from all of us here in Ryam, thank you very much, and we'll see you folks next time.